spending literally millions of dollars of public taxpayer money on sending our kids to some independent schools where they do not necessarily receive instruction from people who are, as far as the state is concerned, generally qualified to teach. And so, and that forms just the bedrock for the discussion about the extent to which the state of Vermont should continue merely to spend tax dollars in order to send some kids to perfectly good private institutions, but without strings, without attachments, without fundamental rules that apply to everybody else in the business of providing public education. I want to clarify, I am not suggesting that independent schools be obligated to have only licensed teachers on their staffs. I am suggesting that in the context of S91, which with the underpinnings of which has to do with the flow of public dollars, that there should be some consideration given to the extent to which the attachment of public dollars to a private institution carries with it.
Because, you know, I hear what you're saying, and I do not disagree with you, but then we get principals coming in from some of the private schools who say, we have a lot of certain licensed teachers, we have some others, and then some have very few. And to me, I think as a committee, we have to decide what is what we want, and if the requirement is in line with what I just shared with you, then give people 2 or 3 years to do it, and get on with it.
It's an anomaly in public policy in Vermont that we attach all rules to kids who are in our public education system, and the same kids go to an institution that wants and receives the same kinds of dollars, somehow all bets are off. It doesn't make sense. Okay. I'm not repeating myself.
And I am very sympathetic to your point of view, and then there is this other point of view, which is they say we're independent schools for a reason. They're saying we're independent schools for a reason.
I understand that.
And one of them is we like having a somewhat maverick approach to how we hire.
And who could blame them? The dividing line is not so clear when it is an independent school receiving a sizable chunk of change from the public.
Homeschooling, independent schooling, and public schooling, they obviously have different requirements that are placed on them, different funding schemes, different philosophies, but the system seems to me work very well, and I just feel like we're setting about trying to make the independent school system work less well. So in the case of licensure, I wish that we would drop that topic.
And I am really shocked that somebody, particularly in the backbone of central Vermont, hasn't taken this legal challenge like they did the bigger decision on finance. Because I think if this went to court, to a lawsuit like a school that is impacted by, say, Sharon Academy, because that is one that's right down the backbone, and it's not one of the big four that serve public students. I think it'd be interesting to see what side the court comes down.
It may be that we're coming up on having to make some decisions, whereupon we'll be accused of rushing the judgment, I'm sure.
Again.
After having taken too long.